and large, consists of quack medicine. I think it's based in pseudoscience, meaning it's based in implausible scientific theories. And at best, most of what comprises naturopathy has been debunked and shown to be harmless, but at worst, there are parts of naturopathy that are actually dangerous. My name is Britt Hermes, and I'm a PhD student in evolutionary genomics at the University of Kiel, which is way up north in Germany. I became a skeptic after practicing alternative medicine for 3 years. So I practiced a specific branch of alternative medicine called naturopathy. And in the United States, we use the term naturopathic medicine, which was really an effort by the profession to make naturopathy seem more legitimate by tacking the word medicine onto naturopathy. For example, in Washington State and in Arizona State, I was actually allowed to call myself a doctor. And so we used the phrase naturopathic doctor. And I was even allowed to advertise myself as a physician. So I would often say that I was a primary care physician. I graduated from an accredited naturopathic school in 2011, and I practiced for about 3 years. And I left the field in spring of 2014. I found myself in a really uncomfortable and problematic situation. While I was working in Arizona, my former boss was importing and administering a non-FDA approved drug and giving it to cancer patients. And under his medical orders, I have also given this drug to patients. Bringing in this unapproved medication to the country and giving it to patients to treat a disease is a federal crime. This prompted me to resign from my job in Arizona. I confronted my boss with what I had learned and I quit. I reported his activity to the Attorney General so that they could investigate if they wanted to, and I filed a complaint against my former boss with the Arizona Naturopathic Board. After a cursory investigation, the Naturopathic Board in Arizona delivered my former boss a letter of reprimand, which is basically a slap on the wrist. The letter just told him to not do this anymore. My husband was accepted into a PhD program in Kiel, Germany, so he was going to go do his PhD in archaeology. And this was a really convenient excuse to explain to my naturopath friends, and really just anyone that I didn't want to talk about it with, why I would no longer be practicing naturopathy. Moving to Kiel provided me with an opportunity to start over. I knew now that I would have to re-educate myself, and my degree in naturopathy couldn't get me a job doing anything in the legitimate medical profession. So I applied to a Master's of Science program at the University of Kiel in biomedical research. And I recently graduated from that program a few months ago, and now I'm doing a PhD in evolutionary genomics at the University of Kiel. There are a few things that I think it's really important for everybody to understand, meaning patients, lawmakers, and even physicians. The first is naturopaths don't attend medical school. They attend these distinct schools in naturopathy. I think it's really important for patients to understand that just because someone is calling him or herself a naturopathic doctor, they haven't been trained in medicine. They haven't gone through medical school. They haven't taken the same medical licensing exams as a physician, and they haven't completed medical residencies. I also think it's really important that naturopaths are banned from treating children. Children are a very vulnerable patient group, and I believe that parents are pretty vulnerable themselves to believing some of the claims of natural medicine. So a lot of the red flag claims of natural medicine are that the treatments are inherently safe because they're natural. Another red flag is that the medicine has been used for hundreds of years, or it's based in tradition, therefore it's safe and effective. And anyone claiming to say that a medication is side effect free, this should also raise another red flag. If it's side effect free, it's probably because the medicine doesn't actually do anything. So, for example, homeopathy is also often claimed to be side effect free. Well, that's because if the product is made correctly, there's actually nothing in that product. It's actually just sugar. But the danger is, especially when it comes to alternative products like homeopathy and herbs, is that they're not regulated by governments in the same way that pharmaceutical products are. And so there have been cases where these natural products have been contaminated, and this can cause a lot of harm. In the US last year, there were some homeopathic products specifically marketed for children for teething, and these products sadly were contaminated with a poisonous plant called belladonna. And this high level of belladonna actually caused deaths in some children in the United States. There are certainly organizations who are making efforts to speak out against alternative medicine like naturopathy. And here in the UK, there are two great organizations, Sense About Science and the Good Thinking Society. And I know that they are having some success communicating to the public the dangers of using alternative medicine and are making a real impact. In the future, I think I would really like to combine my new science-based education with my experience in alternative medicine to help communicate to lawmakers, physicians, and the wider public how dangerous naturopathy could be.